Hello and welcome to Anciency, where we explore the most intriguing historical events of our time. Today, we are going to delve into one of the most controversial and debated topics in modern history, the death of Adolf Hitler and the rumors surrounding his possible escape to Argentina. The enigma of Hitler's fate has been the subject of numerous conspiracy theories and Hollywood movies. But what really happened to Hitler in his final days, and is there any truth to the claims that he managed to escape? Chapter 1: Hitler's Final Days. Adolf Hitler was the leader of Nazi Germany and the architect of one of the deadliest conflicts in human history, World War II. In the final days of the war, with the Allied forces closing in, Hitler retreated to his bunker in Berlin. The bunker was a complex underground facility that served as a command center for the Nazi regime. It was here that Hitler spent his final days, surrounded by his most loyal followers. On April 30, 1945, Hitler allegedly committed suicide along with his wife Eva Braun in the bunker. According to the official account, Hitler shot himself in the head while Braun ingested cyanide. Their bodies were then carried out of the bunker, doused with petrol, and set on fire. This was supposedly done to prevent the bodies from being captured by the advancing Soviet forces. Despite the official account, there have been persistent rumors and conspiracy theories that suggest that Hitler did not actually die in the bunker, but instead escaped to South America. Some of these theories are based on supposed sightings of Hitler in Argentina, while others are based on alleged eyewitness accounts of his escape from Germany. However, these theories remain largely unproven and are often based on flimsy or falsified evidence. In the next chapter, we will explore the evidence and arguments for and against Hitler's escape to Argentina. Chapter 2: The Escape to Argentina Theory. The escape to Argentina theory suggests that Hitler, along with other high-ranking Nazis, fled Germany aboard a U-boat and made their way to South America. The theory gained traction in the 1960s when eyewitness accounts of Hitler's survival began to emerge. According to these accounts, Hitler and other high-ranking Nazi officials, including Martin Bormann and Joseph Mengele, were smuggled out of Germany and transported to Argentina. One of the most famous pieces of evidence supporting this theory is a photograph that allegedly shows Hitler in Bariloche, Argentina, in 1955. The photo, which shows a man who bears a striking resemblance to Hitler, was published in a book called Hitler in Argentina by Harry Cooper. The book argues that Hitler faked his own death and lived out the rest of his life in South America. Another piece of evidence supporting the theory is the testimony of people who claim to have seen Hitler in Argentina. There have been numerous sightings of Hitler in the country over the years, with some witnesses claiming to have seen him as late as the 1980s. However, the evidence supporting the escape to Argentina theory is largely circumstantial and has been disputed by many historians. While there are certainly some intriguing pieces of evidence, none of them can be considered conclusive. For example, the photograph that allegedly shows Hitler in Argentina has been dismissed by some experts as a forgery or a case of mistaken identity. Furthermore, there are numerous pieces of evidence that contradict the escape to Argentina theory. For example, there is extensive documentation showing that Hitler's remains were recovered by the Soviet army and subjected to extensive forensic analysis. The DNA tests conducted on the remains in 2009 conclusively proved that they were indeed Hitler's. The official account of Hitler's death is based on the testimony of those who were present in the bunker during his final days. According to this account, Hitler retreated to his bunker in Berlin on January 16, 1945, as the Allied forces closed in on the city. In the following months, as the war drew to a close, Hitler remained in the bunker, issuing orders to his generals and surrounded by his closest advisors. On April 30, 1945, Hitler allegedly committed suicide. The official account states that he shot himself in the head with a pistol, while his wife Eva Braun ingested cyanide. Their bodies were then carried out of the bunker, doused with petrol, and set on fire. The remains were later discovered by Soviet troops who had captured the city. The official account of Hitler's death has been challenged over the years, with some historians arguing that there are inconsistencies and discrepancies in the testimony of those who were present in the bunker. For example, some have pointed to the fact that Hitler's personal physician, Dr. Theodor Morell, was not present in the bunker during Hitler's final days, despite being one of his closest advisors. Furthermore, there are those who dispute the forensic evidence that was used to identify Hitler's remains. In 1946, the Soviets released a report claiming that they had recovered Hitler's remains and conducted extensive forensic analysis. However, some have questioned the reliability of this report, arguing that it may have been politically motivated. Despite these challenges to the official account of Hitler's death, the weight of evidence suggests that Hitler did indeed commit suicide in his bunker on April 30, 1945. Eyewitness accounts from those who were present in the bunker, as well as the forensic evidence, all point to this conclusion. Hitler's death had a profound impact on the world, both in the short and long term. In the immediate aftermath of his death, the war in Europe finally came to an end. The Allies declared victory and began the process of rebuilding Europe, while the defeated Axis powers were forced to confront the consequences of their actions. Hitler's death also marked the end of the Nazi regime, which had caused untold suffering and destruction throughout Europe. The Nuremberg trials, which began in November 1945, sought to hold Nazi leaders accountable for their crimes. Many high-ranking officials were convicted and sentenced to prison or death, including Hermann Göring, Rudolf Hess, and Albert Speer. In the long term, Hitler's legacy continued to shape the world. The Holocaust, which claimed the lives of 6 million Jews and countless others, remains one of the darkest and most shocking chapters in human history. The lessons of the Holocaust continue to inform our understanding of the dangers of racism, prejudice, and extremism. Hitler's ideology of fascism and white supremacy also continues to resonate in certain corners of the world. The rise of far-right political movements and the increasing prominence of hate speech and hate crimes are a reminder of the ongoing struggle against bigotry and intolerance. In conclusion, the impact of Hitler's death cannot be overstated. It marked the end of a brutal regime and the beginning of a long process of reckoning and rebuilding. The legacy of the Holocaust and the fight against extremism continue to shape our world, reminding us of the need to remain vigilant against the dangers of hatred and intolerance. Thank you for watching, and we hope you found this video informative. Thanks for watching Anciency. We hope you enjoyed today's video and learned something new.